Are we live? What's up, people? It's your host, your moderator, the host with the most. I do not brag or boast. I'm coming to you guys live from coast to coast. Welcome to another live stream edition of Just My Opinion podcast. How y'all living? I'm living swell. Feel free to hit the subscription button, the notification bell. Share this live with your friends, family, as well as your followers. Let's get this YouTube channel lit in the YouTube algorithm. You heard me? Okay, so we got all that stuff out of the way. We got some breaking news. Thanks for the thumbs up. Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. This just came down the newswire. Well, 2 hours ago, CBS Sports is reporting this. Also saw this fly through the timeline of the worldwide leader of sports, ESPN. But Patriots owner Robert Kraft not elected into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. This is a report. New England Patriots owner Robert Kraft was not selected for entry into this year's Pro Football Hall of Fame, joining the former Patriots coach Bill Belichick, who was also snubbed from the Pro Football Hall of Fame, according to ESPN Adam Sessler. Okay, Kraft was joined into the ballot by Belichick, Roger Craig, Ken Anderson, L.C. Greenwood, the Pro Football Hall of Famer 50 vote pick three of the five finalists and select them, and our selections are made if these individuals receive at least 40 votes. Instructions during the Patriot run with the Patriots owner. Six Super Bowl titles under under Bill Belichick. Kraft has been the principal owner since 1994 after purchasing the team for 172 M's and was the centerpiece of the franchise of the 24-year dynasty, 24-year NFL dynasty of the New England Patriots. Kraft hired Bill Belichick in 1999 while the coach had an offer from the New York Jets. I gave up a number one pick for the coach that had only won a little over 40% of his games to get him. Kraft said in July 2025. I don't know if there's there are any Jet fans here. I think getting Bill Belichick to come to the Patriots in 1999 was a big risk, and I got hammered in the Boston area media, but he was with us for 24 years. Belichick um, was 266 and 121 record with the Patriots. Won 17 AFC titles. Appeared 13 times in the AFC Championship game and won a record 6 Super Bowls, despite ending their tenure on icy terms. Kraft still calls Belichick the greatest coach of all time. He said he should have been had been selected into the Pro Football Hall of Fame this year, last month, following his snub. Whatever principles may exist about any personal differences between Bill and me, I strongly believe Bill Belichick's record body of work speaks for itself. Kraft told the Associated Press as their head coach of the New England Patriots for more over 2 decades. He also set a standard on the field of excellence. Um, we're not going to get into all that, but we will get into um, Robert Kraft too has been snubbed from the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Now, let's rap about it. Let's rap about it, shall we? Who did not see this coming? I mean, I saw this a mile away. If you know, if you know, you know. If they were, if they had issues, if they were going to not select Bill Belichick, then obviously they were not going to select Robert Kraft. Now, this nonsense, this agenda they was pushing a couple of weeks ago, talking about, oh well, the reason why we didn't select Bill Belichick because he didn't have a great relationship with the media. He was frosty out off the field, didn't want to grant no interviews, and this, that, and the third. That was baloney. And I also don't believe that they, you know, didn't select him because, of Deflategate and the cheating scandal, which, by the way, Robert Kraft, Bill Belichick, as well as the New England Patriots, paid their price for those punishments. I mean, for those, if you want to call them crimes, they got punished for them. They got draft picks taken away, a lot of money. So for the Hall of Fame set their to set their reasoning behind not giving it to Bill Belichick because of that is baloney. And it just proves, and it goes to show you guys that this is more about jealousy and envy, because even though you could make reasons why you wouldn't want Bill Belichick as a first time selection in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, even though nobody would agree with it, even though no one would co-sign to it, they would understand why you wouldn't put Bill Belichick there. But for Robert Kraft, Robert Kraft has done a lot for the NFL. And he had a great relationship with the media. He had a great relationship with the NFL. He was a likable figure. And for him to not be selected, it just goes to show it's just jealousy and envy. These individuals that are selecting, that are given power to select who goes in and who doesn't go in. This nonsense that you're talking about, he wasn't, with Bill Belichick, and even with Terrell Owens, that, what you do on the field is just as important what you do off the field. And that's why Terrell Owens was snubbed the first time around. And they use that excuse as, well, you have to be a model citizen on the field and off the field. And that's why Terrell Owens didn't get in. Now they changed the narrative with Bill Belichick. Oh, well, because of the Deflategate and the cheating scandal, even though he did get punished, we feel like letting him be a first-time selection would not do it justice. That's bull hockey. That's baloney. And now you just seen with Robert Kraft. What's the issue with Robert Kraft? So they're not going to publicly, because these voters, they're two-faced. They want to talk about principles and morals behind a wall, but when you ask them, well, did you vote for him or did you not vote for him? Most of them are going like, I don't even recall voting for Bill Belichick. Like, come on, dude, this is not no average Joe. You just don't want the backlash for a poor decision, and you're basically making these poor decisions on jealousy and envy. First and foremost, before anyone get in the comment section and say, "Oh, that's what a Patriot fan would say," I do not like the New England Patriots. Okay, if anyone has been following my channel, I'm a huge Dallas Cowboy fan. I'm going to stick to the Dallas Cowboy fans stick with the Dallas Cowboys until the wheels fall off. Okay, and yes, we know until we get Jerry Jones up from out of here, and that's going to be Jesus doing. That's when the Dallas Cowboys will start being a very successful team. But as soon as we get Jerry Jones, as far as making decisions go, I don't see the only way you're going to get Jerry Jones to not be involved is, unfortunately, I'm sorry to say this, if hey, Jesus wants him. It's Jesus called him. That's the only way we're going to. But that's neither here nor there. Okay. The point I'm making is that I'm not a Patriots fan. I'm not a Bill Belichick fan. I'm not, but I'm more of a Robert Kraft fan because Robert Kraft, at least, did the right things, made the right calls. Robert Kraft could have been like Jerry Jones and wanted to be hands on, but Robert Kraft, thanks for the thumbs up. Robert Kraft refused to do that. He allowed people to do their jobs, okay? And those are the more successful businessmen. They hire people to do these jobs. They don't micromanage them. When you micromanage somebody, are you going to get the best from that person? Micromanaging them. Robert Kraft never did that. He never involved himself in football operations. And Robert Kraft is a pure example of the owner just owns, the players just play, and the coaches coach. And he's old school that way. So he's gonna always get respect from me, even though I'm not a huge Patriots fan. I'm definitely not a Tom Brady fan. But and this goes to show when it's Tom Brady's time, he's not going to be selected first, you know, and people are gonna, these Hall of Famers, the people who vote in the Hall of Fame, they're gonna make excuses. They're gonna, justify it in their own way. Well, the reason why we didn't want him to be first time because that cheating scandal, the deflate gate, this, that, and the third. Even though Tom Brady has been a model citizen on and off the field, Tom Brady has done more for pro football on and off the field. Tom Brady has never been in any type of major trouble. And I think that's where they're going to hang their hat on with Robert Kraft. And it just seeped into my head, well, he was involved in that massage parlor thing, even though he got punished for that as well. It's not like he got off from that, okay? Pause. And it's not like on the Deflate Gate, the owner and the New England Patriots got away with that. They didn't get away with that. Even with the cheating scandal, they didn't get away from that. They got punished. So, for anyone out there that, that's agreeing with the Hall of Fame, the same thing that they're doing to the New England Patriots, they can do to your team as well. If they don't like you, if you don't kiss up to them, and this, that, and the third, they're going to also dictate whether or not you're going to be in the Hall of Fame. And the Hall of Fame is, and I know a lot of people are going to say, what? So what if he didn't get selected first time in the Hall of Fame? Robert Kraft deserves to be a first time pick in the Hall of Fame. You just stolen that from him. Yes, I know he's going to eventually be put in the Hall of Fame, just like Bill Belichick. But these two guys, they should have been first time, first in. And the same thing goes with Tom Brady. And I'm not even a Patriots fan. I just think it's a lot of bull hockey with the Hall of Fame. And the NFL released a statement yesterday talking about they understand why there's an outrage with the Hall of Fame, but they're basically washing their hands from it. Roger Goodell. Well, we don't have no say so in the Hall of Fame, so whatever they want to do, they want to do. It's separate. But I guarantee you, if there's a scandal going on in the Hall of Fame, Roger Goodell will be the first one involved. Okay, which he should be involved in this, okay? But, it's time for the Hall of Fame they need to clean up the Hall of Fame. It's time for the Hall of Fame to be reevaluated. A lot of their decisions are questionable decisions. And basically, the people that they like, they get them in the Hall of Fame. The people that they, that they don't like, they give them a hard time getting in the Hall of Fame. And I think that's, that's bull hockey. These guys have already been punished. They have already paid their fines. They have already been suspended. Okay, let's move forward. Now, when Bill Belichick, the word around town was the reason why they didn't want to select Bill Belichick, it had nothing to do with the scandals. It had more to do with he had an icy relationship with media. And that's another thing that kills me about the media. Like, look, I understand y'all got a job to do, but, the NFL gives you a certain amount of time with these coaches, with these players. And you have to be creative with them. They don't have to. They answer your questions the way they want to answer their question, or to the best of their ability. But for these media members, like, hey, can't you come do my podcast? Can I write an article on you? Can I do a book on you? And when you say no to them, they get despised. They get jealous over that. I mean, media. You know, we're in an age and we're in a time where we don't really necessarily need the media. The media is not as important as it once was in the 70s and 80s. Okay, those days are over with. Okay, so to me, I just think that this is just another example of envy and hate. But hey, it is what it is. What can you do about it? Roger Goodell already, he's not going to interfere. He's going to let the Hall of Fame do what they're doing, and it's just something that we have to, as fans, deal with it. Okay, like I said, I'm not a Patriots fan, but I do feel like there is a disservice by not putting Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft first going in. And if I'm Tom Brady, I'm scratching my head going like, okay, well, if those two guys are not going to go in, I can understand why they wouldn't let Bill Belichick first go in, because it's personal with Bill Belichick. But they got so many excuses to cover up that is personal. But Robert Kraft, you're not going to let Robert Kraft in? If you're not going to let Robert Kraft in, I don't see a scenario where you're going to let Tom Brady in first, unless they change a lot of things that they do in the Hall of Fame next year or whenever Tom Brady is eligible. Okay, but it's sad. It's really, really sad. Okay, so yeah, that's all I want to talk about. That let me see. Let's look in the comment section. I do apologize if y'all did leave comments. Okay, no comments. Okay, so we're gonna move towards that, and we're gonna talk about Emmanuel Acho. This controversy. I don't understand why this is a controversy. Okay, so word got out, and I do recall Shannon Sharp talking about it on Nightcap briefly, and I'm trying to think of the cornerback that started this. I forgot his name. He had It was a debate between him and Deion Sanders, and he felt like he's on par with Deion Sanders as being. Damn, I forgot it. Samuels. I know his last name is Samuels. Anyway, it really doesn't matter. He also played for the Patriots as well. But basically, on his podcast, he talked about Emmanuel Acho, and I don't understand why this is big news. If you've been really paying attention, uh, you would have figured this out years ago. I mean, hey, it's been out there. So I don't know why this was news a couple of days ago, but anyway, um, a lot of people found out, which I found out when they first started Speak Easy, that Speak Easy people kept wondering why this YouTube channel is blowing up. I mean, why they're getting all these views, why they got all these subscribers all of a sudden, and things of that nature. And I thought people, put two and two together. I thought they figured this out, because when I first, you know, when Speak Easy first came on YouTube, I was saying to myself, man, how did I subscribe to Speak Easy when the first episode? Because I said to myself, wait a minute, I'm not a big fan of Emmanuel Archo. He's okay, but I'm not a big fan of him. So how did I subscribe to him that fast, that quickly? And I began looking. I went straight into Speak Easy's YouTube channel, and you can see all their past videos and past live stream. Basically, Speak Easy is undisputed YouTube channel. So that's how I got subscribed to them in the first place. Okay, Was no big deal. I thought everyone knew this. Okay. Matter of fact, when the first episode dropped, they still had undisputed episodes on Speak Easy. And they also had his former show, The Factory or The Faculty, or whatever you want to call it. They had some episodes of that as well. Now, I thought everyone knew this, so I didn't pay it no mind. I didn't think this was really big time news. Okay, so apparently, Emmanuel Acho tweeted something. Now I didn't know this. He tweeted something, and come to find out, he's the Speakeasy's Twitter account used to be undisputed because they showed a bunch of old tweets from Skip from Undisputed. Skip Bayless said this, Shannon Sharp said that, some old tweets surfaced, and they matched up to the new Speakeasy Twitter page or X page. Okay, so everyone, on social media going, oh, so that's how they got all those subscribers. They apparently Emmanuel Acho worked out a deal with Fox Sports, and he got the Undisputed YouTube channel that used to be the Faculty YouTube channel. Okay, and he also got the Undisputed Twitter page or X page, and he just changed the name into Speak Easy. Now, I don't know why people thought that this was a news, but Shannon Sharp talked about it, talking about he's buying views. No, no, he Shannon Sharp talked about the story. Um, Emmanuel, his name is Samuel something. I can't. Hold on one second. I know I've. Just give me a second, guys. Give me a second, guys. I know for a fact. Um, it's the YouTube channel that's talking about this is Say What Need to Be Said, and Asante Samuels. There we go. Asante Samuels is making this into like he just discovered, like this was just, like Emmanuel Acho is frauding out here. Now I don't know if Emmanuel Acho got on social media and said that Speak Easy is a brand new YouTube channel, or Speak Easy the X page is a brand new Twitter/X page. I don't know if Emmanuel Acho said all that, but clearly, if you've been paying attention, the YouTube channel Speak Easy used to be uh, Undisputed YouTube channel. And then when Undisputed is no more, they put the Faculty, Emmanuel Acho's show for Fox. It only lasted a year. They used that YouTube page for that. And then when they canceled the Faculty, I don't know, maybe Acho worked out a deal with Fox Sports One, and Fox Sports One just gave him the YouTube channel, or he paid for it, and he paid for the Undisputed X account. Okay, and a lot of people are, well, Asante Samuels is up in arms about this, but I don't understand why this is a big deal, because he always had that he always had Speak Easy on the old Undisputed YouTube channel. And the Faculty, his channel, the show that he had on Fox Sports One, was on the old Undisputed YouTube channel. So I don't understand why people are now figuring it out. Oh my God, But hey, look, it's like this. You know, uh, People sell their YouTube channels to other people, and these YouTube channels, depending on how many views it's got on it, or how many views it can get on it, or how many subscribers it has. These YouTube channels are very valuable, and Fox Sports One, that undisputed YouTube channel was extremely valuable. So if Acho worked out a deal with Fox Sports One to either buy it from them, or maybe that was in the contract language when his contract was terminated by Fox Sports One. They said, hey, instead of going into court and figuring out how much y'all going to give me, this, that, and the third, throw in the YouTube channel and the X account along with whatever money you're offering. We'll have we got ourselves a deal. Hey, look, it's fair. The Emmanuel Acho did not steal the channel from Fox Sports One nor the YouTube account, and Fox Sports One sold it to Emmanuel Acho. So, Asante Samuels, I have no idea what he's talking about. Now I think he's trying to parlay it, because I think he said Acho was trying to give um, Sanders' son some business advice. If it's on the lines of buying a YouTube channel, I don't see nothing wrong with that. YouTube channels are sold every day, B. Every day, people are selling their YouTube channels. They sell them to other creators, or they sell them to agencies. I don't know why this is a big deal. It's just like Instagram accounts. You can buy an Instagram account with 100,000 subscribers. It's the law of the land. Everything has a price. Just like Twitter pages, you can buy Twitter accounts. You can buy just about anything. So I don't understand why Emmanuel Acho's made it. Asante Samuels made it into a big deal. And I like Emmanuel Samuels. I don't have no issues with him. I don't, and I'm not a big fan of Acho, but hey, if he buys someone's channel, that goes on all the time. There's nothing illegal about it. There's nothing wrong about it, and people sell their accounts every day. I was reading an article where this girl had a OnlyFans page account, and she sold her OnlyFans account to somebody. Everything has a price if someone's willing to buy it. Okay. So, yeah, I don't understand the mystery in telling the world, oh my God, Emmanuel Acho, he bought a YouTube channel. When I first heard of Speakeasy and saw the first episodes of it, I was saying to myself, I'm not a big fan of Manuel Acho. How do I subscribe to him on YouTube? And then I went into the account, and it was the old Undisputed YouTube channel. And they also used that same Undisputed YouTube channel for Emmanuel's new show, The Faculty, and that burned, and they no longer have that show. So yeah, it showed all those old videos on that YouTube. I don't understand why this is big news. So hey, whatever. I'm just letting you guys know that I didn't understand what was the purpose of that. But yeah, I'm gonna if it is what it is, I guess. I don't know. So one more thing before we get up out of here. James Harden is demanding a trade. There's reports out there that there's a there's a possibility he can go to Cleveland. I do feel like that's a rumor. I don't know if that's good for Cleveland, unless you're going to rent James Harden. Now, there's a bunch of reports out there that suggest that LeBron James may return to Cleveland at the end of this season. That may be one of his landing spots next year when he returns to play basketball. At the same time, there's a report out there that's floating around that the Lakers are willing to bring back LeBron, but at a reduced price. Even if he goes to Cleveland, it's going to be a reduced price there. I do feel like if he does return to Cleveland, that's going to be his final year. He probably want to play his last year with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Um, so for James Harden to be traded to Cleveland, this is automatically a rental, particularly if they're thinking about getting LeBron James in the offseason. Now, James Harden do have one more year player option at the end of this season. So it would make it difficult for Cleveland to keep okay, you already got, a talented roster, plus you're adding James Harden, and let's just say it doesn't work out this offseason. I mean this season, and in the offseason you're interested in LeBron, but you got James Harden, so I guess you'll be trying to trade James Harden, but who would want James Harden at this point? I don't think there's a huge market for James Harden. If I was James Harden, I would, not only Cleveland is interested in James Harden, the Minnesota Timberwolves are interested. They're kicking the tires around for James Harden, as well as the Miami Heat. But, I think James Harden, if he's wanting to get out of the Clippers and he wants to be on a contending team or a team that's winning, I think he needs to strike the irons while they're hot right now if there's interest. Any team that trades for James Harden, they're automatically out of the LeBron James sweepstakes. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I really don't. Um, LeBron at max money, there's no um, market for that. But LeBron James at a reduced price, I do feel like there's a market there. But is LeBron willing to do that? Is LeBron going to take less money to play, let's just say, for the Dallas Mavericks? Would he do that? I don't think so. I do feel like he would do that for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think he would do that for the Miami Heat. But like I said in my last live stream, I don't. I think the relationship with him and Pat Riley is icy at best, and I don't think Pat Riley wants to kick tires around that. Plus, I feel like the Miami Heat, they're in the middle of probably rebuilding it again, starting from scratch again. But they're just waiting to see how everything works out this season before they push the button on that. So I don't think there's not a big market. I don't think LeBron's going to get. I know for a fact LeBron's not going to get max money anywhere. He will probably going to have to take a pay cut. How much of a pay cut, I don't know. But if you've been following this channel, I was suggesting him going to a smaller market. He'll probably make more money in a smaller market, and a smaller market will say, well, we'll give him more money to play so we can get butts and seats, something like that. And I suggested the Charlotte Hornets, but if you've been paying attention to the Charlotte Hornets been, has been turning it up. So I don't think that landing spot exists, but I picked the Charlotte Hornets. But we'll have to wait and see where LeBron moves elsewhere. Okay. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, that's pretty much it for you guys. I really do appreciate you guys coming. If anything drops, I will get back on the horn and we'll talk about it. But I'm up out of here. I'll talk to you guys later. Deuces.